Now let's first start with the OpenLM server component and see that first of all we've added a multiple pool denials. Before we were only able to track denials of single pools. Now we're able to track multiple pools. The reporting resolution of RLM and RMS was greatly enhanced. Now the resolution is by seconds, not by minutes. The configuration of a new license manager is much simpler right now. It's just a point and click, rename the server, and that's it. System alerts had an addition of the LDAP synchronization and broker commands, meaning that you'll be able to see when an LDAP sync has started, when it ended, and also the state of the broker commands. Denials report had the email and version information added in the denials table. The all report filters had the OpenLM the workstation filter added as a drop-down. So you can select multiple workstations from the drop-down or by using a wildcard. The groups window have a searchable list view added to it. So now you'll be able to search your groups, not only see them in a tree view. So as you can see here on the top, this is the license server screen that you know, but you can see a red line here, which is pretty strange. Now, once this red line is clicked and you approve, you can rename the license server, and that's it. It's configured in your license server window. You don't have to go to the OpenLM server configuration tool. Nothing beyond that is needed. You can do all of that from the interface. Below that, you can see the alerts that have the LDAP and broker sources added to them. And you can see that I started synchronization, finished the synchronization. You can tell when I did it, the read, stop, and start of the broker as well. The denials report, as we said, had the email and version columns added to it, as you see here. And all reports have the workstation filter added to them. So you can see a drop down of all the workstations and you're able to select multiple ones. Below that, you can see the groups screen, which, if you can tell, has an extra tab here called the list view. The list view shows you all the groups in a list, and you'll be able to search those groups. So for instance, here I search for the group containing USA. The next extension that we have enhanced is the OpenLM Alerts extension. Now, first of all, we've added the ability to start a license manager remotely. So you can send a command using the notification and it will be done automatically. The duplicate license usage alert was also modified, and now it allows you to choose what you mean by duplicate license usage. Do you mean that same user on the same workstation pulling two processes is the same, is duplicate, or are you referring to two users on the same workstation pulling licenses? So you can define that. There's a pretty long list that you can define. You can now also notify involved users. Notice that the system gives you more managerial properties and less simple notifications. So you'll be able to notify the involved user. For instance, a user who uses more than 12 hours, session for more than 12 hours, so you can send him and yourself an email detailing this criteria that has been triggered. You're also able to set the email subject, so you can set the subject to be, hey, you're using more than 12 hours, release the license. The email alert format itself is much more informative and much more easy to read with a table. It's not just text. The feature usage percentage alert now has a way for you to choose what you mean by the usage percentage. If it goes over 90%, for example, but you chose 5 features. So it's 90% for the first feature that goes over 90, or all of them together. So now you'll be able to separate these instances. And in order to show you the alerts extension, I would like to go to the live system that I have set up and show it to you there. So this is the alert rules that you know. We have the alert servers not responding. This we've added in 3.3. Now, a new thing that you noticed is run a broker command on LM server. So you can run a start command on the license manager once the license server is not responding, for example. We can start it, we can stop it, reread, restart. We can manage the license manager using the alert extension. The next one is user percentage over 90%. Now, again, do I mean if I choose 5 feature, do I mean per 90% per single feature, or all selected feature aggregated together? So now I have the ability to set that instance. Duplicate license usage, as I said, now it gives you the ability to choose what you mean by duplicate licenses. Do you mean same license on a single workstation, same license on multiple workstations? What you define. Now, let's say that I take this alert criteria, this condition, usage period over, here it's 10 hours. So once this is triggered, I will get an email, but also I can get the user who is involved notified. So I can notify him that he's using it for too long. I can also set the custom title for that criteria and telling him, hey, you're using for more than 12 hours, release the license. So going back to the presentation, our next enhanced component is the OpenLM broker. The OpenLM broker component has, first of all, simplified configurations. Now, setting the path of the util executable is only in the Commands tab and not in the Advanced Settings as it was before. Now, the OpenLM broker can stop or start license managers which are running on Windows as a server. That is, all license managers which are running on Windows as a server. The RMS detection, the RMS license manager detection for the broker component was greatly enhanced, and now the detection can be done automatically. You don't have to set the license manager, the port, manually. Also, if you're using the broker on an operating system of Linux, then now you'll be able to automatically detect the port and the license managers on that Linux server. Before that, we did not have the functionality. So in order to show you, I just want to go to the broker here. And I just want to show you that the advanced settings here, now it's pretty empty. It had all the different paths that you can set the util executable to them, but now it's empty. It's only done through here. Through the command, you set the path, you click update, and it updates the status, data inquiry, and everything under the port. Moving on to the next extension that we've enhanced is the directory synchronization extension, the Active Directory synchronization. Now, first of all, we've added eDirectory synchronization with SSL protocol supported. We've added custom LDAP attributes and custom LDAP objects. Now, what are these? In the bottom here, you can see that user attribute is chosen, and user attribute means that any attribute you have in your Active Directory. For example, it can be department, country, zip code, just about anything. So you can set the department or zip code or whatever you want to group your users by right here in the user attribute. Below that, we have a pattern which allows you to set custom fields which are not existent under the user attributes. You're also able to pull groups and users from the Active Directory in a hierarchical manner and get all the hierarchy of all the groups. So if you have groups within groups, you'll also be able to pull it like that. Also, you can pull it as a flat or no groups, of course. The next component that was enhanced is the OpenLM agent. Now, the OpenLM agent had its performance greatly improved with much faster response times and much lower resource usage. Also, the traffic load has been decreased. This is all due to the paging capabilities we've added to the end user interface of the OpenLM agent. As you can see here on the right, the OpenLM agent end user interface now has paging ability. You can page left or right. The data refresh is per page, so it's much faster. It's with much lower resources taken from the system. The next extension that we have is the OpenLM Reporting Hub. We have enhanced the OpenLM Reporting Hub greatly. Now, I'm sure that most of you are not aware of the OpenLM Reporting Hub extension, so I will give you a very short overview and then go over all the enhancements to the Reporting Hub. So, the Reporting Hub, what it is a way for you to custom query your OpenLM database and get custom reports, set calculated measures, set functions on columns that you'd like on different tables. It pretty much gives you the freedom to do whatever you'd like with your data. So what we enhanced in it is, first of all, we've added package dimension. So let's say that you have a few features and they're all packaged up. Now you're able to filter, aggregate, and create reports using the package dimension and not only by single features. The idle time measure was also added here. Now you'll be able to aggregate, filter, add to reports the idle time, the idle time measure, which before was missing. We've added versioning to the ETL database and sample reports. You'll be able to see which version you are on each component. We've added all versions statistics to the OpenLM Reporting Hub extension. All versions means that you can either view your features separately, meaning a feature with different versions. It's the same feature, but it has different versions. You can either aggregate them all together and select all versions like the Easy Admin has, or you can just select the versioned kind of the feature and show them separately. So it gives you a lot of flexibility here. We've also added SQL Server instance support and also added Firebird support. So the ETL is able to connect in both these cases now. So you can here you can see the structure of the OpenLM Reporting Hub, and you can see that we've added the concurrent measure all versions, usage measure all versions. You see that the feature idle time was added, the raw idle time was added, and also the package dimension was added to this structure. In the middle here, you can see that the version of the ETL and of the Reporting Hub extension, you can see the version in the file structure and also in the database itself in version table. Now, the next extension that I want to go over is the OpenLM App Manager. Now, I'm betting that most of you do not know about the App Manager. So I will give a quick overview. Afterwards, I will go over all the enhancements of the App Manager. And after that, I will show you on a live system the App Manager and what it can give you. So first of all, the App Manager, what it does, it allows you to have management capability, also track and also have management capabilities on any floating license, node locked license, named license, or even applications which do not have a license at all. You can set the license consumption. For example, one of our enhancements, you can set the license consumption to be by process. You can set it to be by workstation. We've also added floating license adjustment, meaning that you can separate between node locked and named licenses and floating licenses. And in this way, you'll also get the conditional rules. So you'll be able to allow or deny any checkout events. You can, the sequence of the App Manager means that the most conditioned rule will apply first. The App Manager, when you install it, it will deny all the applications by default for you to change it and set it up as you'd like. I'm going to show you in a second what I mean by the conditions and rules, and you'll understand. The OpenLM App Manager can also work on package rules. Not only single features, you can also set a condition on a certain package. And we've added the ability to set a license, a feature, to have an unlimited license limit. Now, in order to show you the App Manager, I want to go to the live system again. Let's go back there. I have here the App Manager open, and you can see that I have two applications here. I have Autodesk and I have pzip. Now, I've added pzip just to show you that it can run on anything. It can track Autodesk applications, may it be floating, named license, whatever. And it can also be Excel, it can also be Visual Studio, pzip, and so on. So you see that I've set a certain limit to Autodesk, for instance, limit of 1. So if I try to pull a license of Autodesk, I get the license, I pull the application and open it up, no problem. But if someone else tries to open it, then they will get denied. Now, this doesn't sound strange if you're using floating licenses because the license manager is managing it. But here we're talking about named licenses, we're node locked licenses, applications which do not use a license. So you can set a limit, and once they try to open the application, they will get a notification saying that the feature has reached the limit and you cannot open the application. It will just prevent you from opening the application. If we go to the consumption rules, for example, something that we've also added in version 4, you see all the conditions that you can set, and you can allow or deny it according to what you'd like to do. So let's look at this rule, for example. If the time is after 10 a.m. and the application is Autodesk and the group is USA and the version of the application is only 2017, then deny. Deny this case and allow all other cases. So you see, you can set how many rules that you like. You can change Autodesk, you can change to a package, not a feature, whatever you'd like. And this gives you a great ability to manage your licenses. That doesn't matter if it's floating licenses. Even if it's floating licenses, you also have the ability to manage it. So for example, FlexLM has options files. DSLS and other ones don't really use options file, but it is useful. So the OpenLM App Manager allows you to impose a sort of rules, a set of rules on those license managers, on those features. Doesn't matter which license manager is coming from. So as you see, it gives you many managerial capabilities. It's very nice. So what next? You can download and install the new and enhanced features of OpenLM 4.0. You can download it from our download page at openlm.com/download. The enhancements are for the server, broker, and agent. And the extensions you get from sales. The extensions were the OpenLM directory synchronization, the OpenLM alerts extension, the reporting hub extension, and also the OpenLM App Manager extension. Now, I thank you very much for your time, for joining me in this short presentation. Now I would like to start a short Q&A session for you to ask anything that you want, anything that you didn't understand, maybe you want some more information. We can have a short Q&A session. And afterwards, if you would like to know more, you can contact the OpenLM support team and we'll be happy to help you with it.